Art can change our future. Travel with me, artist John Dyer and artist Joanne Short. Be inspired by endangered environments, plants and animals. Learn about tribal culture. Paint, connect, exhibit and change. It's a last chance to paint.
Good morning, everyone. We are here in the Mogar Kasa Conservation Reserve. This is one of the best corridors for tigers connecting Pench Tiger Reserve and Navegaon Nagzira Tiger Reserve. We are here with the Forest Department staff, and we have with us Mr. Sunil Gurve. He is the round officer here. We have Mr. Sodgir here, who is the forest guard, and we are accompanied by the forest laborers. We are going for a foot patrol here in the forest. The objective for the foot patrol is to keep an eye out for any illegal activities. Also, we will be looking for any indirect signs, or if we are lucky, any direct sighting of wild animals, and most probably we're looking after the indirect signs of carnivores.
It's quite scary, actually. This is really exciting. Look how many people are looking after us.
This is a leopard scat here, right in the middle of the road. This is a very interesting thing, and you can know a lot of things about the particular animal. You can figure out what it has eaten in the past few days. You can collect samples from it, and you can also get the DNA of the exact animal. We have encountered another leopard scat here, and in front of the scat you can see there's a scrape mark which the leopard must have made using its hind legs. It was comfortable enough, it found the place right to do the scat. I did the thing. This is a way how the carnivores mark their territory, and they have very huge territories. Generally, the male tigers will have somewhere around 40 square kilometers of territory. Leopards, they share the space with tigers and have almost the same amount. Same.
The Mandor's just having a look. Do you see the hairs?
Definitely a wild boar. Must have been 3 days old.
Also,
Almost 3 days old. There are some leaves also. Probably while feeding on the wild boar, there's a bone, probably a teeth. Looks like a teeth. Another tooth here. I think a bone somewhere here. So there are different shapes to different scats, and that's how you figure out whether it's a leopard scat or a tiger scat or a wild dog scat. You can see there are bulbs here and connected with chain-like structure. That's a typical leopard scat shape. We have encountered a very old tiger scat here, I think, and you can actually see how big the bulbs are here as compared to the leopard one. So that is the way you differentiate between a tiger and a leopard scat. So this is my car key here, and you can see the size as compared to the leopard scat.
So we've just seen an enormous tiger poo on the floor and some very fresh scrape marks of a leopard. And I'm almost too scared to talk.
this has probably been made by a wild boar or a sloth bear, but they're thinking probably wild boar. And they spot things on the ground here that I would just think were just normal things. But when you see them, you see them.
On a specific night in the month of April or May, that's the brightest full moon night. The forest guards and some volunteers, they sit on top of this machan. Happens during the summer is there's water scarcity, and the animals tend to come to that water body, and you then count the number of animals and the different species of animals that come to the water body. And that was how the census for the wild animals used to be done.
Things we've just learnt, which I'm really surprised about actually, is that a wild boar rummages around looking for insects and worms and things, which I found quite unexpected. And then just there we pointed out some lichen on the trees, and the langur, the monkeys with the black faces, they like to nibble on those. That's their little sort of snack.
These are samba deer pellets, or let's call it what it is, samba deer poo. So this is definitely a film all about scat, pellets and poo. What is it they found? There's a couple of sticks pointing at something.
There's one civet scat. There are a lot of seeds in this cat here. It's a tiger scat. This is comparatively fresh. You can see it's still soft. They're collecting a sample of the scat. They'll try to extract the DNA of the tiger as well as what the tiger has eaten. So this is as part of the All India Tiger Estimation, which is supposed to be the largest exercise of any wildlife census in the world.
Look at this, properly in the forest.
Yeah.
Wow.
John, there are more pellets here. Yes, this is the spotted deer pellet. You can probably film the size of.
So Mandel, these are spotted deer pellets, are
Yes,
they?
these are spotted deer pellets. I've kept the same key that we had put right next to the tiger scat and the leopard scat, so you can compare the size. So we have kept the key right next to the mound of pellet here, and
Yes.
you can see it's quite a big one.
But it's not quite big. This is huge. This is huge.
This is huge.
So this is this from many deer then? So,
No, this is only from one single antelope. It's from the blue bull, which is supposed to be the largest antelope in India.
and by making this little mound of poo, this helps to attract a mate for them. Yeah.
Yes, this attracts. If it's very smelly, definitely the more smellier it is, the more females the male is going to get.
Wow, that's a win, isn't it? Imagine if it was like that in our society. You know, there'd be some real winners and some losers.
Grasslands help to sequester lots and lots of carbon. We are talking a lot about the climate change nowadays.
Yeah, we hear a lot about rainforests and climate change, but as Manda says, grasslands are super important. They are locking this carbon up.
Yes, and we are not only looking at the megafauna, but we are also looking at the lesser fauna, right from small spiders and all the different insects. And that is such a important thing to maintain the entire ecosystem across the world.
Ah, amazing. That's fantastic. And do look at our Precious Africa expedition for Last Chance to Paint, where you can see life in the savannah and the grasslands.
Just about to put a drone up in the sky so that we can see what's all around us.
Clearing the space for the drone, just making sure it doesn't get tangled up. The grass doesn't get tangled up in its rotor blades.
Wow, wow, wow. That's crazy. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So it's looking at us now from up there. Now we're going to show you what the drone could see. It's so high that we can't even see it anymore. So that means it's looking down on the forest.
Looking at this footage, you realise just how large the forest is. But you also notice, as the drone tilts up, it does have its limits. We've had some questions in from Waverley Abbey Junior School, so thank you so much for sending these in. So let me just read some of these out. They've said, we've really enjoyed your videos from India, and we've got a few questions. What is your favourite jungle animal to paint, and why? Well, I'm going to have to say tiger. I really enjoyed doing my paint of the tiger, and I like it because of that mix of the black, the strong contrast with the orange and with the white, and it's the most powerful apex predator. So yeah, tiger. And next question they sent is have you seen any tigers close up? No, we haven't seen any close up, but we've obviously been very close to them at our accommodation when suddenly one was in the field. This morning, when one literally crossed the path a minute or two after we left. So they're all around all the time. And obviously we've seen lots of signs of tigers with the pug marks and the scat. And on we go, continuing walking through the jungle. We're thinking it's going to be some more scat. So let's go and have a little look. Amanda, you've stopped us here to show us something. What are we looking at?
So this is another scrape mark, a very fresh one. John, we have encountered so many scrape marks and scat marks all along the route that we have been walking right now. But here you can also smell a bit of the scent marking that the tiger has left.
Can you smell it?
A bit.
Can I smell it? Where do I smell? Where's it urinated?
Somewhere here.
Okay, this is a first for me. I'm going to smell here.
Yeah.
I'm going to smell tiger wee. That's what it smells like. Oh, that is like a quite a strong boys' toilet that hasn't been cleaned for some time.
But that strong smell basically is another efficient way of marking the territory.
Invited to have a smell of that, but I decided that was much more of a John thing. Also, I can't decide if I'm more scared of ticks or tigers. Wow, we're really going into the jungle now. We've changed the path and we're going right into under the trees. We've just walked through something really prickly because there's bits of grass all over my jumper and they're really pricking into my arms.
This is really exciting. We found a bombaxida tree, or silk cotton tree, in the jungle. What I really love about this is the echoes to my time in the Amazon rainforest. You see these roots, these are known as buttress roots, and you see that a lot in the Amazon. I haven't seen that here yet, and it's really interesting to see that this tropical forest, although it's a dry tropical forest, also has trees with these gorgeous buttress roots.
Yeah, we've just come out of the forest and there's a beautiful lake in front of us. It's a completely different feel out here. Oh, and it's wet.
Oh, I clearly picked a good route because everybody's copied me. Heading out to the painting spot. So we always establish a background there first. And then as that starts to dry down, I add the detail on the top. Lots of different colours in this lake. There's some quite rusty, browny hues in the water, but I'm going to go for more of an aqua colour. As an artist, you can choose what colours the world becomes. Just notice there are also rocks in the lake itself. There are 3 people doing this painting, so this makes any sense. There's obviously myself, then there's the environment where I'm stood, what it looks like, and then there's the actual painting canvas itself. And there are 3 different entities, and each one has a voice. If we start to fight with each other, then the painting won't work. If I start to listen to the environment, to the paint, to the canvas, then I can make a great painting, hopefully. That's why at this stage, if you ask me exactly what it's going to be, I wouldn't quite know what this painting would be like because I'm painting from life. I've put a lot of trees on, and this tree in the foreground also needs some attention, and it's got these really almost round leaves. So these can just be brush strokes, like a brush stroke, a brush stroke, a brush stroke. I've got a medium-sized brush now. This is a little wider than the one I use for the trunks, tree trunks on the very background of this. We have another question from Waverley Abbey Primary School, and the class have asked me what is the most interesting place I've painted in. And I've painted all over the world, so it's really hard to answer that question. But today I would say here in the Tiger Reserve. And before today, and on another occasion, I would choose the day I painted the very last 2 northern white rhino in Kenya. So please go and have a look at our Precious Africa expedition on Last Chance to Paint. You can learn all about the last 2, there are only 2 left, the last 2 northern white rhino. Watch me painting them and do your own rhino painting to submit to the World Gallery. Putting some white on the front of my tiger, and all the time I'm adjusting my paint. You might see at the back of the tiger on my painting, he's got a tail. But actually, that's not the tail he's going to have, that's just an error. I didn't pick up how foreshortened my reference was. You'll be able to see us from an aerial view, so you should be able to see where I am in the landscape painting and the forest around me. It will give you a really good idea of what Pench is actually like. And I'm using quite a fine brush. I'm using the edge of the brush to establish its eyes. That's the top of it, and then this is basically around the eyes. And suddenly it's looking very tiger-like. I'm very nearly completed this painting. We only had about an hour and a half from start to finish to get this down. So I might do a little bit more in the studio, but I might not. But hopefully it's looking pretty good. And I'm putting on the very final details. Well done, got it done in time, maybe a few bits to do, but not very much. So I take everything away with me, all my dirty water, all my paints, all the old paper plates. So the mantra should be, tread gently, leave nothing, and take only memories away.
Oh, there you go. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, just mowed the lawn. Another termite mould. This is another termite.
Looking for the best spot to do my painting. Oh my god, look at this! Look how muddy that is!